What's up guys, Shockwave640 here, and today we're taking a look at my Lego MOC that was created by accident, Clampdown and his Minicon Razorwing. Now, this is a Decepticon, but he's also an Autobot spy, much like Transformers animated Shockwave if you've ever seen that. Sorry if I spoiled that for you, but yeah, long arm is Shockwave, get over it, you'll find out eventually anyways, but so this guy kind of serves the same function. He's a Decepticon, but he's really hang on, how do we explain this? He's a Decepticon, but is playing as an Autobot spy? Is that how it works? Or is it Decepticon playing as a Decepticon spy for the Autobots? You know what I mean, though. But, and then I also threw together this little Minicon guy that's also a Target Master and does have a robot mode. He's kind of derpy. I just made him as a last minute kind of thing. Gave him a little bit of color to him, like with their red wings and all that stuff, and named him Razorwing. I don't even know if that's an actual Transformers name or not. I didn't look into it. Same thing with Clampdown. I don't know if that's an actual name. I just named him that because his best mode is a crab lobster thing. So, yeah. Let's do the size comparisons for these two guys real quick. So moving them two right there and adjusting my camera like so. Bringing them a little bit closer. So here we have the Transformers Prime Commander class Megatron, and you can see how big they are compared to that. So these guys would be like these small, like movie-verse Legends class, I think is what they're, or Scout class, I think is what they were called. That's basically what these two guys scale as. He's technically Minicon scale, or even he's technically Minicon scale, but I consider him Scout class and him Minicon class toys, or MOCs, or whatever. And then here's Bruticus, who is also technically Scout class, but in this Bruticus mode I call him Commander class because he is pretty much a large Commander scale or a very small Deluxe. And sorry, one of my size comparisons fell over, but yeah, that's what I consider Bruticus to be. Now bringing in my Lego Optimus MOC that I reviewed a while back. So there's Optimus with Clampdown. Optimus, of course, is going to be bigger because he's also a Commander class, I guess you could say. Here is the high-grade Gundam Iron-Blooded Orphans Gray's Kai, which he actually stood. He doesn't like standing on this soft sheet right here. But, so there's that. If anybody, for some odd reason, wanted to see that scale, and he's not wanting to stand. And here is the high-grade Build Fighters Star Build Strike. So there you can see them with the Star Build Strike. Which also will be reviewed pretty soon. I actually might review that tomorrow, maybe? Question mark? I don't know. I might review him tomorrow. It just depends on how I'm feeling. Either I will review him or I will review this guy. But I'm pretty sure I'm going to be reviewing the Star Build Strike. So actually, how about you guys? There's going to be a little eye up there at the top. So I want you guys to vote. Do you want me to review Megatron or do you want me to review the Star Build Strike? So I'll put a little eye up at the top right as soon as I'm done uploading this video, so you guys vote on that, or you can just vote down in the comment section, whichever is easier for you. And then I'll check what the votes are and tally them up tomorrow. But ignoring that, and let's actually take a look at these two guys. First we'll take a look at Razorwing, since he will be the quickest to. Razorwing's like this little pterodactyl bat bird thing. He's got wings here that do flap. Of course, they kind of technically pivot up and down, but that's really for transformation. And then he's got these little spikes here, which can be adjusted, so angle those however you want. I just angled them back like that because they look cool, but if you want, you can bring them forward like that. And technically, he can perch. He just put his little stubby legs down, like so, and then you fold his wings in, and that's kind of perching. Not really. Actually, I guess this could technically be a third mode. Here, let me adjust this because these guys are small. You could just fold the arms like that, and it could be like a crawler or a bug or something like that. So they could crawl around, and these could be his front legs, that could be his mouth. You can even rotate that head to the side. See, with these guys, I'm always making new modes for them because they're really just a bunch of hinges and stuff stuck together. So they have all kinds of different features and modes and all that stuff. So it's kind of cool. But getting him into his gun mode is pretty easy. You just want to open these wings up, straighten those out. You want to rotate this section, straighten out his legs, and then you want to flip them upside down. You want to bring these sections back up, and then you want to bring these down like so. And there you have him in his double-barreled cannon mode. and he is held using either side of the peg. I usually use the one on the, well, whatever side that is, and then it just pegs into his hands right there, because he just has just the standard little clip hands, and he holds them fairly well, and then he uses those mixable ball joints, and he holds them up fairly well. I mean, these mixable ball joints are pretty tight, so he can hold them. It's kind of a weird shooting pose in this robot mode, because just the way everything works in joint wise, and because his elbows or shoulders are way up here. I guess you could consider that as his elbow, so it kind of looks weird when he's holding him in this mode, but oh well, what are you gonna do? But so setting that up to the side, because we are gonna need him for, actually no, because we need to look at his robot mode. So let's actually set him up to the side and get to his robot mode. Robot mode is pretty easy. You just want to grab that handle, rotate it again, open up the hands, fold them down, and then bring them back up, and then you close them in. No, wait, hang on. You rotate them this way. Whoop, don't rip it off. Rotate them up like that so that everything's facing on the inside. Slide it up all the way. Oh my lord, I am breaking everything. Sorry, guys. These guys are pretty fragile. They're probably going to be breaking quite a bit in the middle of the review. So, you want to have them like, so they are arranged like this. Slide them both up. Bring them down like that. Hang on, I'm trying to remember how to do this. I haven't transformed him very much. Oh, this is how you do it. You put his arms forward like that, and then you bring these down, like so. And then he's got these kind of like scythe weapons going on. He doesn't stand all that well. He is very front heavy. You can kind of start bending back his legs, and it kind of makes him stand. He's got like a kind of praying mantis looking robot mode. Articulation in this mode, his head technically does rotate. He's got the swivels here, he's got the swivels there. His hands can pop off. You can also technically rotate his hands in and out to stab people with them. You can do various different things with this guy. He's not the most articulated thing in the world, but he's kind of cool. I do like looking at him. I just gave him a little red stud right there, just to give him a little bit more of a pop. And more articulation. He has a waist swivel, and his legs go forward and back. So, nothing impressive to look at. I'll probably eventually build a bigger scale of this guy that doesn't have the gun mode, so you guys can see what he would look like if he wasn't so tiny and strange looking. You can basically think of his robot mode as a praying mantis type thing. If you wanted to look at it like that, that's pretty much what it is. It's like a praying mantis-ish robot. Kind of like well, not really Kickback, but I guess you could kind of compare him to Kickback in the new Transformers Robots in Disguise series. It's technically like the best thing you can compare it to, how that guy looks in robot mode. So kind of like that, but getting him back to his gun mode for Clampdown. Yeah, now bringing in Clampdown, so we can look at his details. And like I said in one of my earlier reviews, this guy was actually an accident. He wasn't meant to be any kind of transforming MOC. I was really just sticking all my pieces together, and like made this middle section right here with these multiple joints and stuff. And this guy was kind of accidentally born. I was just trying to store my pieces all nicely together, and so then I just stuck on these like inclined bits, stuck on these hands. I stuck on these little clips right. No, the clips are already there for the feet, and then I built some little head thing right there and put a stud right there, and then put these two colored plates and then more of these little clips around him, and he became a transforming robot. So yeah, articulation in this mode, he's got these swivels here at the top, which is on stud friction. Got a ball joint there. He's got a ball joint there. I don't want to try to do it because the arm's gonna fall off. And he's also got a little hinge here, which is more for transformation. His legs, they can go, put that back on, his legs can go forward and back. They can also swivel here at this clip on stud friction, and they do go in and out right there, and they swivel in and out right there. I don't like to do that because those joints are pretty tight on there, and everything just broke off. So yeah. Oh, and then also he's got a waist swivel as well, and he's got an ab crunch. And then his tail, you can move it up and down and also rotate it side to side, but that's for transformation more than anything. Is much, well, pretty much all the articulation on this guy's transformation more than anything. Put that back in. Wanting to cooperate with me. Oh well. That one cooperated way more. Strange. Oh, that's why. seriously. There we go. Sorry about that, guys. It didn't want to cooperate and it was kind of bothering me. My OCD was getting to me. But, there's a gnat in my face. Okay, sorry, I'm getting distracted a little bit. But, so yeah, that's all the articulation. Oh, yeah, and then the head can kind of turn sometimes. Not really. This red piece here blocks it, but... So, yeah, his head is just a simple stud with a clip on top, so nothing exciting to look at. But, yeah, that pretty much sums up Clampdown's robot mode, or his main robot mode. This is really the only robot mode on him that I like. He's got, I think, 1 or 2 other robot modes, but I don't really care for them all that much. But getting into the second robot mode, you want to flip him upside down. You want to straighten out his arms and rotate them at his, what is now his knee. You bend them at that knee, and then you just grab the hands and rotate them back so they're like that, and then that will make him a heel. Do the same on this side. Rotate it, straighten it all out, and then rotate the hand in like so. Of course, he does have visible hand syndrome right there in the back, but who's displaying their toys facing backwards. I actually don't display this guy on my shelf because he's kind of ugly, so maybe when I get proper colors for him, he will be displayed. I doubt it, though, because he's not really all that impressive of a mock. But that's my opinion on him. You guys' opinions may be completely different, but I don't know. It just depends on what you guys think, I guess. So, getting him to stand. He doesn't like to stand very well. Actually, oh, sorry. You actually rotate all this stuff around this way, like so. And, of course, this came undone. Rotate everything like so. What I like to do is I like to bend his legs back at this upper knee right here. And then bend them up here to give him kind of like chicken legs, which is also for his dinosaur mode. It's not really an impressive dinosaur, and it doesn't even have a tail, but oh well, it's some kind of weird humanoid lizard thing. Something is crooked and strange here, and it's bothering me very much. Oh well, I just got to deal with this here. But then you straighten out this part right here. You fold that down to cover up the robot mode head, and it kind of makes a crotch plate as well. You bring these up, bring them out like that. Well, you kind of have to, oh, there they go, they go forward. And then you bend them back in, and then now the legs do make arms. And then you just want to straighten out that foot, and then you got the hand. Do the same on this side, you straighten it out, fold it around, straighten out the hand, bend it back down, and then boom, there you go. Straighten out the, well, you actually want to raise these arms up a little bit. Straighten up that clip right there. Bring the head back, or bring the body back down, and there you have Clampdown in his secondary robot mode. This robot mode's not as impressive as his original robot mode. It's kind of strange looking. Don't really know where I got the ideas for it from. Oh yeah, and then you actually want to raise these pieces, kind of like antennas. I don't really know where I got this robot mode from. Oh wait, no. Oh, hang on. Sorry guys, I get my things wrong. You actually want to grab his head, rotate it like so, and then you bring it down. That's his head. There we go. His head was inspired by a version of Shockwave that I'd seen some time ago. But so it's kind of strange looking. Pretty much all the same articulation. He's got the swivel there, the hinge there, swivel there, hinge there, hinge, ball joint, and nothing at the feet really, unless you count that as a pivot. I mean, you can kind of bend the hand and that together, and you can kind of get a pivot out of that if you try. I'm not going to try because I don't really feel like it. Oh, and then also he's got a waist swivel, which is more like an upper chest swivel. Then his head does look up and down, and he can tilt it for emotional things. It doesn't look side to side, sadly, but like I said, he's accidentally made it. Didn't try to give him tons of articulation. It just kind of came like that. But yeah, so this guy's kind of derpy looking. He's got really short arms and super big legs. Not the most impressive thing I've ever seen in my life, of course, but oh well. And also he's got a head on his butt, which is kind of strange and a little bit weird. I do like all the spikes and stuff that he has, and I guess this can kind of be a tail, but oh well. What are you going to do? And then this is also basically his dinosaur mode. For the dinosaur mode, you just basically straighten out the head, bring the legs down a little bit, and then there's his dinosaur mode, but it doesn't stand, so yeah. I don't know. I just kind of went with it when I made these modes. But getting into his scorpion / lobster mode, you just want to straighten out all of this stuff again. Bring these two sections down. close that section like so, flip them back up. You want to grab these ball jointed sections and bring them out like so. Flip out his claws like so. There we go. And then you bend them like that, and then you have his claws out. Rotate the what was the foot, so it's like that. Do the same on this side. Just rotate it out like that. Rotate that up. Rotate that. You do a lot of rotating. Sorry if it sounds repetitive and it's getting annoying to say, but it does a lot of rotating, so it's just something we gotta live with, right? So there we go. You got his claws all done. And then now we're adjusting his actual legs. To do that, you just kind of bend that forward like so, and then you just angle that back. Do the same on this side, like so. Angle that back, and then you bring this to the side so it kind of makes a tail, and then you bend it up, bend these down, like so, and there you have Scorpion mode. Like all the other modes, Scorpion mode is not all that impressive to look at. It's just kind of weird and highly discombobulated looking, but what are you gonna do? It's makeshift. Like I said, it's nothing exciting to look at. It doesn't look like a scorpion. This is technically his mouth right there. He's got his claws there. This is kind of like a tail. You can fold those back if you want to, or straighten them out, or fold them forward. Or like for lobster mode, you really just straighten out his tail like that, and boom, you have a lobster. So yeah. He's also got a grasshopper mode, which I kind of like the grasshopper mode. You just want to grab these antennas and fold them up, straighten out his head, like so. And then you just want to grab these, fold them forward, like so. Bend the hands back down without breaking the crotch plate off. Bend the legs down so they're like that. Straighten out the head, bend the hands down, like that. Then the legs, you bend them up. Straighten them, like so. Straighten that, fold it down, like so. Keep that out because that is the grasshopper's like little foot that they have. Do the same on this side, like so. Fold that up, like so. And there's his grasshopper mode. Like all the other modes, this mode is not impressive in any way. This is definitely not one of my better mocks. So yeah, just be prepared for all the terrible modes that came out of this. If you like it, cool. I'm glad that you liked it. But if you're like me and you don't like it, then oh well. Yeah, sometimes things just don't come out the way that you want them to. But some parts of this guy are enjoyable. And that's really all the modes that I can find on him. He used to have a snake mode, but I had to edit him a little bit to get like some of the spikes and stuff on there, so he didn't have that anymore. It was basically just him all perfectly straightened out, and then you align the feet like that or something, kind of like this. Oh, his leg fell off. Kind of like this, and he like straightened and aligned these, and it kind of became a tail, and then these arms like folded back here or something like that, and made him look like a snake. Sure. I don't see how I thought this was a snake. And then I'll fold that plate up, and then I called that a snake. So once again, I don't really care for this guy as much as I thought I would. Originally I thought he was kind of cool, and the more that I messed with him, the more I wasn't really caring for him all that much. It's probably just because he's kind of strange. He is a beast former. He doesn't have any vehicle modes that I could find yet without having to edit him. I probably could get like a tank or something out of this guy, but I don't want to waste the time editing him for any of that, and I don't have the pieces to spare anyways. So, oh, he fell over. I got his legs transformed wrong. So, yeah, my final verdict on this guy would have to be I'm not too big of a fan of him, even though he is my own creation. I'm glad that I made something that was so crazy and unique, but I really just don't care for this guy all that much. Let's give him his gun. So, hang on. Sorry, guys. I ripped his hand off. So, I don't really have an opinion on him, really. Besides that, he's small. He doesn't really do all that much articulation. He's got a lot of articulation, but you can't really get all the interesting poses out of him just because of how fragile everything is, and everything is terribly off balance with this guy. But the Minicon's cool. I do like the Minicon. I'll probably be reusing him and updating him for some of my other MOCs in the future. Like if I ever do a mini combiner, I'll probably be using that for Cutthroat, for Abominus, if I ever end up doing Abominus. I am working on a Menasor, which somebody requested me to do Menasor on the Bruticus review. Somebody did request me to do a Menasor. I am trying it. It's hard. It's hard to get small vehicles. I don't want to make him huge and gigantic. I don't have the pieces for it. I just don't have the colors. Menasor might not be the right colors everybody wants him to be. Like Dragstrip probably won't end up being yellow. He'll probably be yellow and orange, or he'll just be solid orange. I just don't have as much yellow pieces with me as I need. Then again, I don't really have all the pieces with me that I need. And like Dead End, he probably won't be red. He'll probably have to be like a brighter red, like the same red that's on Optimus here. He'll probably be that red instead of dark red. I'm sorry, guys, if that makes you upset or irritated, but it's just something that I'm going to have to do. So, but it is coming along. So yeah, I'll keep you guys updated with that, with the next few reviews, and I'll let you know how that goes. I also do build with Hero Factory and Bionicle, so I also have some Transformer MOCs coming up from that. I was working on Astro Train sometime last month, but I tore him down because he was crappy and nothing about him looked good. So I'll try that. Maybe I'll try rebuilding my Bruticus MOC that one of my great friends named Harry Gordon actually showed me, and I took lots of inspiration from him, and he helped me build that. So, well, my name is Shockwave640, and this is Clampdown, my Lego MOC that I accidentally built. So, if you liked him, tell me please. If you didn't like him, tell me, and also tell me why for either of those. So, I'll be seeing you later, my little Logicons. So, thanks for watching. Peace.